Hey, what's going on everyone, Warren93 here. Here is going to be yet another Dragon Ball Super video. I was actually going to put out this video like last week or so, but I don't know why I didn't. I was so busy this past week. Well, anyways, what am I talking about? Obviously you've seen from the title. Here's going to be my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super a year later. Kind of my overall thoughts on the series, because you know, why not? Alright, so how do I feel about this series? Alright, I thought this series was okay at first, and because it started off, you know, just retelling the stories of the movies, but you know, except in a very terrible way, you know, with some good moments. So I was like, you know, it's okay, but you know, we could do a lot better. You know, I won't judge it until the Universe 6 arc comes in, and then, you know. But before I get to that, I just want to get into these arcs as a overall liked it or not. So the Beerus arc, because as much as I do like a lot of it, like the first two episodes I liked. You know, I think whenever it does something original, that's where it comes out the most well written, if that makes any sense to you guys. The first two episodes, they're completely original content. They were not adaptations of the movie at all. And then as as the arc starts going and it starts retelling the movie, a lot of it feels just dragged out, and sometimes it either misses parts from the movie or adds stuff in which you don't feel was really relevant at all. That was one of my main problems. You're stretching the story so far that anything new that you put into it did not feel any kind of relevant, and the pacing was so slow. I mean, they had half an episode of rock, paper, scissors. It was not that very good, especially on pacing. And then animation was all over the place. I mean, the first 9 episodes were just okay animation, sometimes just bad. Except the first 2 episodes were actually good episodes, but everything else was just like, why do you do this? And that's why I didn't like really talk about this. I want to wait till this video because I know I prefer the movie version over this, because I took stuff out of the movie I felt like should have been in the series. It was all over the place. I just didn't like it. And then let's move over to the Golden Frieza arc. Of course, they started this off, you know, explaining some stuff, you know, about the Goku and Vegeta training with Whis kind of stuff. You know, stuff that we just it was kind of implied off screen, but they didn't actually take time to show that in the movie. This is what it was basically due to the pacing and, you know, runtime. I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. You know, let's get some few episodes, you know, explaining this kind of stuff. So I was cool with that. And then when finally the adaptation from the actual movie starts, that's when I feel like it starts going downhill again. And that's where I didn't really like it at that point. I was like, dude, it's dragging on. Everything felt dragged on. And then, you know, they did fix some dialogue that came from the movie, like the 1 million power level part. It took that out in Super, so I was glad they did that. Everything just seemed so pointless. Even when the actual changes that were made, you know, to try to switch things up, they felt pointless. It didn't do anything for me. Like they were like trying to force emotion on me, like enforce emotion on its audience, and I was like, it doesn't work, not here at least, because you basically already know how this is all going to end anyways. And from the movie, I knew it was an adaptation from a movie. Another main problem with that arc is the movie was less than a year old, so what was the point? The arc finished before the year anniversary of the movie. That's how sad it was. That's a huge problem I found with that. And then the animation, it was good, and then it started lacking even more, and then, oh my gosh, like, dude, seriously, it went to straight up trash. And then it picked up after the Goku versus Frieza fight. That's when it finally picked up with Vegeta and Frieza. You know, it actually stretched out the ending, which did feel a little rushed, and did fix some storytelling elements, you know, kind of spoiling the whole time reversal thing way in the beginning. They only put it into a flashback in there. So, whatever. I'm not even gonna... It was all fixed up, and they had, you know, an overall better ending for that arc than the movie did. Overall, I thought that arc was just straight up trash. It was the worst arc in Dragon Ball ever, and I just don't like it. I always prefer the movie over it, and that's why I always watch the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F super cut of the movie, because that's the best parts of the super arc, and that's the best parts of the movie meshed up into one. I love that one. Alright, let's go to the Universe 6 arc. I did talk about this in depth with Eternal Ascension, so if you want to go look at that, I'll leave either a link on screen or a link in the description. I'm just going to take my overall thoughts that I did not get into that video here. Alright, so I did overall, this arc was a lot better. It was original content, we didn't know what was going on. Then there were some, of course, problems that I did find with it. If there was animation, I'm not even going to go in depth with that one, because sometimes it was good, sometimes it was just straight up trash. I'm not even gonna go with that because it's, you know, it's Dragon Ball Super at this point. I just kind of had to learn to deal with it. I felt like the arc was way too fast. Like, everything was way too fast. Each episode was like one fight per episode, or 1 or 2 fights per episode, and I felt like that was way too fast. We should have slowed it down. Like, only a few characters had some actual character, and then otherwise were just throwaway characters. Although I didn't see much storytelling in this arc, I do feel like there should have been dragging out, because even if you just wanted this to be an action arc, you should have actually made it a good action arc. Because I mean, one of the gripes I had about the Battle of Gods arc, I forgot to mention it in that one, was that, you know, the pacing for the Goku versus Beerus fight, although I did like it overall better in the movie, it did stretch out for a little way too long. And the only reason that felt like it was stretched out for too long is just because that was a straight up fight at that point, and it wasn't broken up evenly with other storytelling in it. Because if you take like a fight like Goku versus Majin Vegeta in the Buu Saga, that fight was easily maybe like 40 to 60 minutes long. Yeah, it was easily 40 to 60 minutes long, but that was still broken up with other events going on in the background, so you do not get a sense of this fight is dragging out too long, because you know you got, okay, here's a part right here, here's a part right here, here's a part right here. And that's what I felt the problem with Goku versus Beerus fight was. It was just fight, 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 one little minute segment, fight, 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 barely any storytelling in it. And then with this one, the Universe 6 arc, it was just fight, fight, storytelling, fight, 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 storytelling, fight, 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 storytelling. And then it was like, it went on really, really, really fast. They just got like all these fights done in a matter of like few episodes, and that's my main problem with that arc. And then most of the storytelling was just like after Hit. That was with the Hit fight. That was where most of the storytelling was, and that really just focused on, you know, mainly Goku and then Champa himself, which Champa was an okay, you know, antagonist. You know, that was really my main problem I found with that arc. I did overall find that it was a really good arc. I just felt like if they really slowed it down, the arc could have been great. Like, I did feel like it was really good. It's definitely not my favorite arc of the series, but it did brought in some really cool elements like that I did enjoy. And then of course the one part of the Goku versus Hit fight, which had on point animation, which I always love. That looked like it was like in a freaking movie. So oh man, like I like that part. Alright, and then let's go to the Goku Black Saga Future Trunks arc from what we have so far. And I'm actually really loving this arc, and this is actually shaping up to become my favorite arc in the whole series, hopefully. Hopefully, man. I'm really looking forward to this one. I mean, Goku Black, he's already working up to being my favorite villain. If they keep this pace up, he's going to be my favorite villain of all time. So you're going to already have my favorite character be Goku, and then my favorite villain be Goku Black. So that'll be something to witness. I am really looking forward to this arc has to offer. The storytelling has been perfect for this arc so far, because they actually have some time for character development and not just fight all the time. And you know, they're pacing it very, very well. It's just the animation just goes up and down. That's my only problem with that arc so far. But you know, like I said, I'm not going to stress on that. That's have been my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super 1 year later. Honestly, from this point, I'm really loving the series again. It's actually like it didn't like die down my love for Dragon Ball, but you know, it's like I feel like I'm experiencing it for the first time again, if that makes any sense. I'm sitting down watching Toonami or something, and I'm watching this series again, except, you know, in Japanese. So that's how I feel about it, and so that's been my overall thoughts. What do you think of Dragon Ball Super 1 year later? Do you think it did a complete 180 like I think it did, or do you think it's still complete crap? like, you know, what a lot of the internet thinks, because, you know, you take one little snapshot from bad animation and you're like, oh, this is the whole series, guys, just take it from episode 5, which that episode should not get any, we should not be paying attention to that episode at all, but we know that describes the whole series. But yeah, I'm rambling on at this point. So yes, what do you think about the series? Make sure you let me know in those comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and if you make sure you leave a like if you like this video, or at least tolerated this video, and subscribe for more Dragon Ball content, and I will see you all in the next video.